We're going live. Hello and welcome everyone to the S30 DSFL Prospect Draft. I am your host, Mojo Jojo, but today we have such a great host, cast and crew here that you won't be hearing my voice very much. I'm going to just be sort of glorified tech support here, and so I will let the fantastic GMs and users that have joined me today introduce themselves. So, Dude Man, over to you.
Hey guys, I'm Dude Man, and I'm actually the DSL Summer for the league, and I am reading for Bondi Beach Buccaneers and Dallas Bird Dogs.
Hi there. Never mind.
I'm Dex. I'm the GM of the Norfolk Seawolves. This will be my first draft as a GM.
I'm Kotasa. I am a cult leader of Tijuana, and I will be reading for them and London.
Hi, I am Musi. I am your lovely events team head. I am reading for Portland, and I am actually in this draft.
Hello, my name is Noah Nick. I'm the GM for the Kansas City Coyotes alongside the amazing user 124715 alias Numbers, and I'm reading the draft notes for the Kansas City Coyotes.
And I'm Russ Drives the Bus. I'm a co-GM for the Minnesota Grey Ducks, and I'm very excited to be here.
Great. So, without further ado, let's find out where our prospects are going. So, with the first pick.
Yeah, with the first overall pick of the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Ken Oath, user Thor. So these are the notes for Thor. We can't pass on Thor here. He's iconic with the Bondi Beach franchise. Not to mention, he drafted me, Uber. Welcome back. And he also fills a need for us offensively in Zelrin's last year down, where he can hopefully make a playoff push. I was also requested to call him a butthole. So yeah.
With the second pick, Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Norfolk Seawolves select Scotty McKicks. Scotty is someone we looked at late in the scouting session, and someone we actually got scouted late, but immediately added him to our locker room, and he was a really, really great addition. Really got along with everyone, and we're really happy to have him in Norfolk.
And with the third pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the London Royals will select Anya Mind, kicker. And the London Royals, I got these notes from Katarn, and Katarn had this to say. Both Lucid and I were impressed in our scouting conversations with Huddle Hussey. New to the ISFL, but certainly not new to Sim Leagues, Huddle was the top prospect on our board, and we figured on a few teams' other boards as well. We were very pleasantly surprised to see them available to us with the third overall pick, and we could not pass up the opportunity to bring them into London. We know Anya Mine will make an immediate impact on the field, and Huddle Hussey will be a great fit in the London locker room. Welcome to the Royals.
With the fourth selection in the DSFL, the Portland Pythons are proud to select. Oh god, this name. COC Multiawo Opele, user Tuba Master Flex. And I got these notes from the lovely new co-GM for Portland, LSU fan. He says, Tuba was the top player on our board, and we were surprised to see him fall to us at 4. It is not a secret that Portland needed secondary this draft, but our main goal was to find some fantastic users as well, and we got both with this pick. We are thrilled to welcome Tuba to the Portland locker room and are excited to see how their career plays out in the DSFL.
Did a good job pronouncing the name.
I wrote it down just in case.
Tuba, best instrument.
With the 5th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select Tessie Garcia-Parra, cornerback from Vanderbilt University by the user Renault Jackson. We went into the draft knowing that we wanted to get the other Garcia-Parra on the Coyotes and didn't look back. We had Renault on the Coyotes as a waiver pickup last season and are super excited to keep him in the locker room.
Nice. With the 6th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Beniri Chiwama, user Dexteria. So for the notes that they had for him, they said Dexteria was someone we had at the top of our draft board from the moment they created. He's one of the GMs of the Vancouver Whalers over in the SHL, and a team who boasts a large number of Bird Dog alumni. Zoot was really impressed with his scouting conversation, and he'll no doubt instantly fit into the locker room. Dallas are really excited to welcome Dex to the team and are happy to continue the Bird Dog SHL talent sharing program.
Gotta give those fair rubs, man.
Yeah, I love Dex.
Yeah.
Played with him in the SMJHL.
Yeah,
O-line,
fantastic.
best line.
Awesome. And with pick number 7, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Demai Wells. User is Sopath. This is a user I was super stoked to see fall to the 7th pick. He is a recreate, but his last create was season 6, so kind of a new create. 2017, 4 years ago. So a little while. Since returning, though, Sopath has been incredibly active in earning TPE and with work in my department in the wiki. He's been going through some of the historically great players and MVPs and ensuring that their page reflects that. Grabbing a wide receiver here is awesome, as this is JPOC's final season in Tijuana, and we add a dynamic playmaker to join an all-star team of offensive talent in Tijuana.
Oh, okay. So he's a wiki guy. Got it.
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha. That seems like illegal recruitment.
Whoa, hey man, he wanted it.
He wanted it. I bet. Good pick. And speaking of good picks, with the 8th and last pick in the first round, Minnesota will select a defensive end, Morpheus Zargiros. So the user is Captain Janko, and that is a new user to the league, but they were brought in and they are friends with Half-Eaten Onion Bagel, who is one of the best users in the league. So if they're a friend of Bagel, they're a friend of mine. Defensive end and defensive line in general is a pretty big need for us this season. So this was a pretty simple pick for us, and Janko's really already took the league really by the horns and earned a ton of TPE, almost 120 already. So we're very excited to plug them in immediately and watch the sacks roll in.
Yeah, he was awesome. Really liked him.
Yeah, I just want to note from Half-Eaten Onion Bagel in the rookie Discord, Zargiros.
Gyros, got it. Like the food.
Alrighty. So with the 9th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Potani Stags, user MFaith. The notes here say, sure, we're going wide receiver again, but MFaith is an awesome user with a great rep in PBE. We're thoroughly impressed with them in Bondi Beach and look forward to helping them kickstart Hall of Fame career. Yeah, I was going to say that I can vouch for her. She's really awesome, and I actually work alongside of her and PBE as being a grader over there. So she's really cool and super helpful.
Super great.
Yeah, Ems is such a great pick here. And it's great to have her join the ISFL. I know Simo has been working to recruit her for a bit. And so it's great that she found the time to join a second league. And we're really excited to welcome her here. And I hope she enjoys her time in Bondi Beach.
With the 10th pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Norfolk Seawolves select French fries, offensive lineman, user Soniklov. So Soniklov is someone we actually got in touch with pretty early on in the process and was one of the new creates we liked a lot, and honestly someone we were considering at 2 overall, but we are ecstatic he fell to us this far, and we would like to welcome him to Northfolk, as he says it in his French accent.
Blocking defensive linemen like they block your arteries. Awesome. And with the 11th pick in the DSFL draft, the London Royals select Cedric Wilkins II, user Wolkers. The Royals had this to say: shifting gears from our first selection of a brand new user, the Royals select league veteran Wolkers. Prior to this season, Lucid and I had not much interaction with Wolkers, but certainly knew his name. After adding him as a trade deadline waiver pickup, though, we loved having him in the locker room. He provides a veteran presence and brings with him a certain level of knowledge and maturity that fits our team's culture perfectly. Welcome to the Royals. Side note, I love Wolkers, but I still won't forgive him for not drafting me back in the day.
Same, to be honest. He had a chance to draft me back in the day and didn't in the DSFL, but love Wolkers. Yeah, Katasa, you and I actually had dinner with him one night, and it was a fun time.
We did. He's a great guy.
Yeah, love the guy.
Wolk's a good lad. Bit grumpy.
With the 12th pick in the DSFL draft, the Portland Pythons will select Jay Spears, user Jay the Great. LSU had this to say, 2 for 2 on picks, if you ask me. Jay was the second player on our board, and once again, we were surprised to see them fall to us at 12. Drink. Going back to the first round, we were hoping to pick a few defensive backs this draft, and we got 2. We had a good conversation with Jay and had a small debate before we landed on Jay. This is Jay's second player, and after taking a small break from the ISFL, we are excited to welcome them back and are looking forward to see how their DSFL career plays out. Jay was a teammate of mine in New York. Great guy. Definitely gonna put in a lot of work for him. So happy to see him go here.
I'm super excited about the next one. With the 13th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select J.C. Higgins, wide receiver from the University of Washington by the user Netlandic. Netlandic is a recreate, but not one we were really very familiar with. But over the offseason, he has been very active in our locker room. We didn't expect him to be available here, but are thrilled to be able to get him on the Coyotes.
Great
Net
render.
goated. What
That's
a good
great.
dude.
Great render.
I love Netlandic. Gotten to talk to him a lot in PBE. Fantastic user. Definitely will put in the time to earn, and got a GM job over there. So definitely a dedicated Sim League user. Love the dude.
So with the 14th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Orpheus Sargios, user Have Eaten Onion Bagel. Hiob was another person we had a first round draft grade on, and we're really excited to see him slip to our second round pick. Hiob's excitement for the league is infectious. If you haven't seen his Thunderdome thread, check it out. 21 pages of mostly him posting hype gifs. An absolute veteran of the league, he's been here since season 2 and can only really be described as a slam dunk of a pick. Keep that hype up coming to Dallas. We're really excited to welcome you.
Good pick. And with the 15th pick in the DSFL draft, the Tijuana Luchadors will select Omni-Man, user Lim Jahi. We were really excited to see Lim here. Omni-Man's physicals are off the chart. He has super speed and super strength. But in all seriousness, we picked him up off of waivers not too long ago. He's been great in the locker room and was excited at the prospect of coming back. So we're excited to bring him up and line him up across from inactive and have a devastating pass rush now that Sheriff Woody is going up to Baltimore.
Okay, and with the 16th pick in the draft, Minnesota is going to select a running back, Nick Capricolin Jr., user Haihashti. Hai is the co-GM for the Berlin Fire Salamanders, and the other GM is also a Grey Duck in DeWalt, aka I Love Hot Salads. Hai is a fantastic user, and he is actually he graded as a running back and is switching to linebacker, which does also help us. So we're happy to have him either way, and we're really excited to get him in the locker room and mix it up with some of our newer users and see what can happen this season with Minnesota.
Yeah, so I know that London was a little salty about this pick. High's previous player was Royal. He's been in our war room, just a leadership presence on the team. But we knew the DeWalt connection was strong given their ISFL co-GMing in Berlin. So we hope High has a great time in Minnesota. But we're a little envious of this pick, I would say.
DeWalt is a very, very strong connector. We love him.
So with the 17th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Hall Monitor, user Hall Monitor. Notes for this say that we took the GM of the worst ISFL team to the worst DSFL team. What could go wrong? But really, Hall is the franchise grandfather and needed to come home.
Paul's my manager in the Wrestling Sim League, so that's cool.
All right. With the 18th pick in the draft, the Norfolk Seawolves are going to select Spike Daniels, safety, user Michigan Anonymous. So Spike is someone we also caught pretty early. Something that really caught our eye about him is he has been putting a lot of media out in character, which is something really exciting to see that we don't see too often in the league. But when someone, especially a new create, can get super invested in the character and play the role of it, it's something that we definitely are excited to bring into our team.
With the 19th pick in the DSFL Draft, the London Royals will select Donkey Johnson. I don't have the user. Oh, user's Donkey. And they had this to say: Donkey is someone who caught our eye early on. Not only did we have great scouting conversations with them, they also showed solid levels of activity both in the rookie server and within London itself. They DM'd us saying that they wanted to be a Royal, so we are more than happy to make that wish a reality. Welcome to the Royals, Donkey. Side note, my scouts absolutely love Donkey in scouting, so this was a great pick by the Royals.
Yeah, I'll just add, I'm really excited about this pick. I think Donkey, you're going to be a great Royal. I will say that it has led to a large uptick in Donkey gifts being sent in the war room. I haven't decided yet whether I like that or not, but we'll see how much the closed locker room gets flooded here when you join. But welcome to the Royals.
That can get very dangerous. Be very careful.
With the 20th selection in the DSFL draft, the Portland Pythons will select Wendell Saylor, quarterback, user Simo. First thing here is I don't know what we were thinking. Simo is a member of the DSFL head office, and with Panda's DSFL career coming to an end shortly, we figured we might as well get our QB of the future here, and one of the best users in the league. We are thrilled to welcome Simo to Portland. Fantastic user, obviously DSFL head office. He's gonna do wonderful things over in Portland for sure.
I believe as DSFL head office member, we are required to say reach on this pick.
The
Reach.
biggest
Yes,
reach.
agreed. Reach.
Yep. Okay.
Quite a
Thank
reach. Well done.
Alrighty. So with the 21st overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Cade Carlton, user The Man Who Sold the World. This fellow right here is the future of our secondary with the need for a high-end cornerback due to recent departures. Carlton should slot in immediately to lock down the passing game. And I was going to say that I've seen him around PB and stuff, and he's a really cool guy. Oh, I also have the 22nd pick. So with the 22nd pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Ben De La Baguette, user Helsum. If we hadn't taken Hiob in the last round, De La Baguette would have been the pick. So to see them fall to the third round was a fantastic stroke of luck for us. I think this was the quickest pick you'll see in a DSL draft, with the War Room being unanimous when he was still there. Zoot had an excellent scouting chat with him, and he's since been active in our public locker room as well. Congratulations on the pick, Hilsum. Hopefully you'll be as excited to be here as we are to have you.
And with the 23rd pick of the DSFL Draft, Tijuana Luchadors select Amari Springer, user DeGumpa. We absolutely love DeGumpa. Down in Tijuana, I've worked with him on the sim team. For the past couple seasons, always cracking jokes. Really wanted to come here, and we were super stoked that in scouting that he said that, and we were able to bring him back. I know he just retired his most recent player with Austin, so we're stoked to bring that energy down in Tijuana.
Yeah, Dag and I are GM partners over in the minor leagues of the PBE. I love this dude so much. He's probably one of my favorite users ever, and I'm really happy to see him go to such a great place. He's definitely gonna be a great user for a long time.
And with the 24th pick, Minnesota is going to select a safety, Cal Stevenson, user Neil PT, from the Ohio State University. Neil is a new create that I was excited by based on our scouting conversations that were had with our scout Painted. The things that sold me on this were apparently the scouting conversation devolved into talking about Pokemon and Temtem. And then Painted said that he reminded him of himself when he joined the league, and Painted is one of my favorite draft picks ever. So that was a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned here. Safety is definitely a position of need. We've lost some great users there. So we're hoping Neil can come in, earn some TP, and make some new friends in Mini.
Temtem's all right.
I mean, it was the Pokemon that sold me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, of course.
So with the 25th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Ray the Manta Ray, user Sidus. Sid is our pick here because he's a top-tier linebacker, and we need to add to that position. Also an awesome user who we look forward to having in the locker room. Be surprised he fell as far, so we couldn't pass that up. While I would say that he is an awesome user, he is a terrible boss. JK, love you, Sid.
He's all right, I guess.
We're getting some reaches here in the YouTube chat as well.
Oh, okay. Reach.
But no, this is not a huge surprise to me. Sid, obviously, really dedicated member, GM of the Honolulu Hahalua, hence Ray the Manta Ray.
With the 26th pick in the draft, the Norfolk Sea will select quarterback Malcolm Savage, user Moosey. Moosey is someone as a Sim League veteran who is loved by everyone, and someone who will be our starting quarterback for the next few seasons. And we really couldn't believe the value here. Norfolk has a pretty good track record of quarterbacks, and we know Moosey's going to continue that.
Obligated reach statement.
Reach.
Very much a reach. How could you waste such a premium pick on a bust like that?
Yeah, true. Moosey, big, stinky, ultra
I know.
stinky.
Just the worst.
And with the 27th pick of the DSFL draft, the London Royals will select Lene Kakua. If I pronounced that right, I'm sorry, Deadly, if I didn't. The Royals had this to say on Deadly. This pick needs almost no introduction. We are very excited to bring back Deadly Player, one of the co-founders of the London Royals, along with Modern Duke. Deadly brought this team to life, and the least we can do is draft him back to it. He's also extremely active in the locker room and is really the backbone of the London community. We love you, Deadly. Welcome back to the Royals. Side note, if I didn't need to introduce this pick, I could have just read the notes. Would have been nice to know that. But yeah, I like Dudley a lot. This is a good pick.
I'm just going to, my obligatory London homerism, say so excited to have Dudley back. It's been very weird to go through the draft process and not have him in the locker room and in the war room. So just really going to be excited to see his name back in the right roll color and to have him messaging again.
With the 28th selection in the DSFL draft, the Portland Pythons will select Mark Goodhead, tight end, user Captain Goozer. Tight end was a position of need going into this draft, but we wanted to hold off a bit. And after we saw teams take a tight end, we figured we should jump the gun and take one at 28. Our scouts spoke highly of Goozer, and he was our top tight end available. We are excited to welcome to the Pythons and are hopeful we can offer them a wonderful DSFL experience.
Noah, are you still with us?
Yeah, no, good. With the 29th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select Carter Knight, quarterback from the University of Georgia by the user Frostbite. Yeah,
Reach.
biggest anime fan in the draft, which kept him from going super early, but we're willing to take a chance on him. Great user, proven earner, and we're excited to take up the next Sarasota QB in hopes to get he gets us some ulti-minis before going.
Yeah, biggest weeb in the class by far.
Average Halo player.
Oh, dang, shots fired.
I mean, did you not see his most recent clip? Frost is really good at Halo.
Yeah, he's getting better. I was just kidding, Frost.
I've heard that he's improving. No, I'll also chime in here since Frost is my co-GM in Sarasota, or more aptly said, I'm his co-GM in Sarasota. And I think that he's going to have a great time as quarterback in Kansas City, and just really excited to see what his new career is going to look like starting in the DSFL. So congrats, Frost, and good luck. Also, Frost sucks the map.
Thank you. I didn't want to say.
So with the 30th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Anthony McGuire, user Pythonic. the notes for them is Pythonic is a total bum. Next draft pick, please. Only joking. Pythonic is actually already Dallas alumni and was part of the league winning team, even if he was super inactive at the time. We already mentioned the SHL Dallas Talent Exchange Program, and Pythonic is the other half of the Vancouver GM duo, so to grab him alongside Dexteria feels like cheating. But we already know Pythonic fits into the locker room, so we are pumped to see him back in the blue of Dallas.
Awesome. And with the 31st pick of the DSFL draft, Tijuana Luchadors will select Gluteus Maximus, user Germs. I'm very confused. Did he change his name?
Yes, he
Stop
changed
that.
his
Oh.
name because
Yeah.
there's already a Gluteus Maximus. Apologies.
Thank you. Okay, all right. I just have him on my. I have all my boards done. I was like, oh, I remember his name. All right, my mistake. Doc Holiday, user Germs. I'm sorry, Germs. I usually write my own notes for our picks, but I think our scout that scouted him, Drip, had the best notes that I've seen. And in Drip's words, this is what he said: "This is going to be one of the best new users who look like they're going to be something very special." He didn't get back to me right away because he was working on his wiki page, which is bonus points for me. He joined from Rev as a referral, and he'll probably be one of the most prominent users out of this draft. We had a second round grade on him, and we were super, super stoked to find him in the 4th. So we're very excited to welcome Germs into our locker room. Again, sorry for messing up your name. And we also have the 32nd pick. So at number 32, we select Zoltan. User is Ranger Jace. Absolutely love Jace. He is so fantastic. I share the wrestling sim that I mentioned earlier with him. He's huge in SHL, and I know him from that league, which is objectively the best sim league. He's the cruiserweight champion over there, and we hope that he brings that pedigree to Tijuana, as we are also known for championships. We're also referred to a cult very often, so why not bring in another member to the cult? All hail Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Alrighty, so with the 33rd overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Doofus, user Miss Obvious. I'm not gonna lie, Bondi just gave me one word for their notes, and it's fur. So I don't know, maybe I'm like too newer to the league, or so I don't know. Apparently it's an inside joke, but I do know that that they were there. Their previous player was with Myrtle Beach at the time, so this is a great alumni pick.
Draft. The Norfolk Sea will select Malcador, the hero, wide receiver user, Snowy Wolves. I know this is going to probably piss some people off in Minnesota, but as a former Minnesota player, I got a first-hand look at Snowy as a user, and he was actually one of the people that I got pretty close to and was pretty integral in my experience as a new user. And he will be our only wide receiver on the team as of now. And we really need to get Moosey some weapons, and we couldn't be happier adding him to the locker room.
Snowy best. If it wasn't going to be us that took him, we really hoped it was you. So it worked out.
Indeed.
Bless up, young Snowy.
And with the 35th pick of the DSFL draft, the London Royals will select Thomas Hollins. User is Daniel D. Book. And the London Royals had this to say: "Continuing the trend of alternating new user and recreate, we are elated to bring on Thomas Hollins from user Daniel D. Book. Lucid had a great scouting conversation with Daniel, and I followed up with a second. There were lots of receivers in this draft, but we feel that we scored a gem this late. He will slot into what figures to be a strong London passing attack this season. welcome to the Royals. I can speak a little bit about him too. We got him off of waivers in Tijuana. Absolutely love the guy. It was just, it's tough to make these decisions when you get the people off the waivers that you love. So he's going to have a fantastic career in London.
With the 36th overall selection, the Portland Pythons will select Michael Karimi, user Leatherneck Mike, offensive lineman. LSU said, I know Mike from the PB where he is or was the co-GM of the Kansas City Hepcats. We saw Mike still on the board and we couldn't pass up the opportunity to take him. Mike is a fantastic user and will slot in perfectly next to Tahini, hummus god, and will be a big addition to both our offensive and locker room. Welcome to Portland, Mike. Mike and I have been essentially rivals in both general managing and in our players throughout our PBU careers, and really excited to see him join another league. And he's going to go to a pretty good team. So this is probably where I would pull my steel card, just because I know the guy pretty well and he's pretty dedicated to sim leagues.
He's in my DMs asking about the Wrestling Sim League, but I'm not going to tell him.
Don't give away the secrets.
I can't.
With the 37th overall pick in the S30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select Jalen Hopkins, wide receiver from the University of Oklahoma by the user CoolKid. This was a guy who really stood out in our scouting conversation as someone who we wanted to add to our team. We needed another receiver, and we are excited to get him on the field as well.
That's a pretty cool pick.
Hey.
Thank you.
So with the 38th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Sakeem Webb, user Delirium. At this point, we're looking at taking a defensive back, and Delirium really stood out. The only reason he fell this far, we assume, is due to how often his players retire/recreate. We had a good feeling though, and our scout Dally had a great conversation with him. We believe he'll fit right into the locker room, and hopefully Sakeem Webb is the career that sticks. We can't wait for you to join us, Delirium.
You just put out a really great article that I really enjoyed reading, so I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, he's a kind of a graphics wizard, and he's probably the user most responsible for keeping me in the SHL. So I thank him for that, and hopefully he sticks around this time.
Awesome. And with the 39th pick of the DSFL Draft, the Tijuana Luchadors will select, I might butcher this, Eric Bolanos. User is Shockswan. Shockswan, or as I know him as Mitch, is actually my PBE GM for the Louisville Lemurs, along with Davey. And I am ecstatic to bring him into the ISFL and to Tijuana specifically. Mitch is an awesome locker room presence, and I think that he's going to find a lot of his players play for Tijuana. So we're really excited to kind of get that Tijuana Louisville pipeline going.
Lemur hype.
Lemur hype indeed. Best emote on the server.
I created
Don't
a
at
monster.
me. You did. It's in like 40 servers now. I love it.
So that's where that comes from.
Yes.
You now know the origins of Lemur hype. Congratulations.
I do. Incredible. What a discovery. And speaking of discoveries, with the 40th pick in the draft, Minnesota will select a wide receiver, Radka Raskolnikov, user Vikane. This user has a very long history with the league. Their first create was in Season 1. They've created a couple players since then, I think in Season 12 as well. So they've had some time away, but they came back and have really absolutely blown us away as far as TP. I think they're already over 130 TP for this early in the season is pretty incredible. Our wide receiver room is unexpectedly a little full, but we couldn't pass up a user that was doing that well in the 5th round, especially at the end of the 5th round. So we will definitely find ways to use Rodka, and we're very excited to be the team that they end up with after being off of the league for a while.
So with the 41st overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select James Sharkey, user James Games 23. They said we decided to add to our secondary a bit more here. We can see him lining up at safety a bit this season. My scouts tell me he's a pretty cool dude and should fit right in with our locker room.
That's me. With the 42nd pick in the draft, the Norfolk Seals will select Nathan Claflin, linebacker, user Green Banathan. So this is someone who we were actually considering taking earlier as well. A really great user, great linebacker. Had a really good scouting conversation with him. He's very competitive, wants to win, and hopefully we can do that for him here. He actually lives in our Jeopardy bot channel and already has 1,065 messages in it. So with this selection, we will be officially changing that channel's name to Hawknate's Jeopardy Corner.
A goat render and a goat name.
I don't know about the render, but the name is solid. And with the 43rd pick of the DSFL draft, the London Royals will select Jet King, user Maximan1506, and the Royals had this to say. While neither Lucid or myself actually heard from Maximan1506, another GM reached out to us after the pick and informed us that they had a solid conversation with them and were going to take them next. We are excited to work with Maximan and see him succeed. Welcome to the Royals.
Really good pick. Someone who I've been in leagues with before. Good guy.
With the 44th overall selection in the DSFL draft, the Portland Pythons select R.L. Stein, user Toasty. Toasty is home. After previously GMing the Pythons in the past with Saba, rest in peace, we are excited to welcome him back to Portland. Toasty is a phenomenal user who will fill the hole of Carter Fox on our defensive line. We are thrilled to see Toasty back in Portland and are excited to see what his DSFL career brings. Toasty is the goat. He made Coco 2.0 in the Silverback server, so it spits out GIFs and Gorilla Facts. It's awesome.
With the 45th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select DK Rek, quarterback from Fresno State University by the user Ismail8907. Ismail is another longtime Coyote who recently returned to the league. A lot of the older users in our team were happy to see him back, and we're even happier to see him still on the board this late in the draft. We're happy to welcome him back to Kansas City locker room.
Yeah, we got him off waivers. Absolutely great, especially in the locker room. Big fan.
Alrighty, so with the 46th overall pick, 30 DSFL draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select 11 Kendrick Waltz, user 124716, or what I would like to say, reverse numbers. Reverse numbers is a Pro Bowl wide receiver in the 6th who could turn that down. At this stage, it was good luck. Fake numbers got back to me just before we were on the clock, so it made the pick fairly easy. He's active, he sounds keen, and really looking forward to chatting to him more in the locker room.
And with the 47th pick, the Tijuana Luchadors will select I Kick Balls, user TP3480. So actually, we had TP on our team recently, a couple seasons ago. So we're stoked to bring them back to Tijuana. Ended up not having time for the ISFL his last go around, but is hoping to have a longer career this time. Our scouts had fantastic reviews about TP, and we're happy to bring them back to be our full-time kicker.
All right, and with the 48th pick and the last pick in the 6th round, I've got to say this was a pick that we were incredibly excited about, and we kind of had discussed it at a few different rounds. We took Warren Buffett, a tight end, user KMAT. KMAT has shown in the last season or two that he's definitely capable of a lot more than I feel like a lot of GMs give him credit for. And so we kind of used that to let us, slide and pick him in the 6th round. As his GM, I've seen a different side of him, I guess, than a lot of people have. And we're really excited to have him. We don't have a tight end anymore, so we definitely needed one. It fits as a position of need. So we're really excited to get KMAT back in here, and hopefully he can catch another touchdown in an Ultimus.
Please don't bring that up. It hurts too much.
Too soon. And so with the 49th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Eric Hall, user Zaynam. This one right here, he wants to be the first cornerback to win MVP. I respect that. Let's get it done. I will say that I have seen him in the rookie server quite a bit. He's been really active there. So hopefully he can keep the momentum and really make a push to be the best out there.
I know he wanted to go high, but I always tell people if you get drafted low, use that as momentum going forward and prove everybody wrong.
Absolutely. Let it fuel you.
With the 50th pick in the draft, the Norfolk Sea will select Lucas Arnold, safety, user Lucas Rocks. First of all, I like all the Ohio State renders in this class. But Lucas is someone who faded out pretty early in the process, but he actually came back pretty recently to give the ISFL another try. He's a really busy guy with a lot of sim leagues. He is a dev GM in the SC DSFL, and we feel like he's going to form a really great safety duo with Spike Daniels for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, we grabbed him off of waivers. I'm hoping that he comes back. He was really fun in the locker room. Had a great profile picture too. It was McLovin. And with the 51st pick of the DSFL draft, the London Royals will select just a nuance. I'm gonna mess this up. Just a nuance. User tension. We're kind of to that point in the draft. We're just hoping that we get some of these users back. So tension, if you're out there, the Royals will be super stoked to have you on their team.
It's just a
nuisance.
Come on, man.
Nuisance,
Just
brother.
a nuisance.
Oof.
You know what? I'm not getting paid to pronounce names correctly. All right.
All right.
But you are getting paid.
The ISFL Bucks. All right. Moosey, you're up.
Yes. With the 52nd pick in the DSFL draft, the Portland Pythons select Devin Boateng, user Dev, wide receiver. Dev will fill a hole we have at wide receiver this season, and we are hopeful that we can help them on the future just as much as they will help us. After a short pre-draft convo with Dev, we decided to take him here at 52 and are excited to see what he does for Portland and how his DSFL career plays out. Welcome to Portland, Dev.
With the 53rd overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select Lott Smith VIII, running back from Brigham Young University by the user S30. S30 is a user with previous experience in the ISFL and other leagues, and also served as a position of need at running back. He has earned very well, and we think this pick is going to be a steal.
And with the 54th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Tough Belingus, user BIS57. Says, at this point, we are at last farm activity, and BIS57 was up there at a position we need. We're hoping that by reaching out to him, we'll be able to bring him back to the fold. It helps that Tafulingus is a really fun name to say.
Awesome. And with the 55th pick of the DSFL draft, Tijuana Luchadors will select Lake George, user Sloby89. I know I said just a minute ago that this is kind of the part where you're just hoping for actives, but our scout Drip had fantastic talks with Sloby, who's new to the Sim Leagues, but has high hopes to be great in the ISFL. We were really thankful to see him not go before now, and we hope to bring him in and show him what the ISFL and Tijuana has to offer. So Sloby, if you're out there, we'd love to see you, man.
All right, with pick 56, the Minnesota Great Ducks are going to select running back Walter Sanders, Dr. Dookie. We had Walter as a waiver at the end of the season last year, and he isn't active currently. I think he was on around the 4th of July weekend, so we hope to get him in the locker room and see if he can catch on and be a useful and powerful member of the league.
All right, so with the 57th overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Bondi Beach Buccaneers select Felix Holloway, user Death Dog. Says, we like cornerbacks, but he hasn't been active in a bit, but we're hoping to get him back active and winning some games with us. Either way, he should help our depleted secondary.
With the 50th pick in the draft, the Norfolk Sea will select Ty Knott's kicker, user Jalvin from LSU. Jalvin's someone that we actually have yet to get in contact with, unfortunately, but we saw him on the forums a couple of days ago, and he has sent a couple messages in Gen Chat, and we actually really need a kicker, so it'll be nice to have someone that's not a bot there, and we hope he comes back.
And with the 59th pick in the DSFL draft, the London Royals select Deluxe Pogger, user Deluxe. I hope that you come back. The London Royals would be super happy to see you back, Deluxe. And if you come back, just hit up Katarn or Lucid, and they'll help you get going.
It's not just a Pogger; it's a Deluxe Pogger.
True.
With the 60th pick in the DSFL draft, Portland Pythons will select John Snow, cornerback user Anstrilla. Kind of getting down there in the users. Hasn't been on in a while, but if you're out there, Portland would love to have you on the team. So find LSU or Ziegel and they'll get you set up. We really hope you come back. The league's pretty good. So
With the 61st overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Kansas City Coyotes select Cat Dog, running back from Mars by the user MIT416. It's not like a lot of thoughts goes into picks this late, but we like Cat Dog's promise as a guy with a fun, not too serious name with an active Discord account. If he comes back around, we'll be excited to see him back.
And with the 62nd overall pick in the Season 30 DSFL Draft, the Dallas Bird Dogs select Mike Uxlong, user T1G Mike Uxlong. It says, I think this was a case of someone dropping purely due to them not having an update page. We had a great chat with him when he initially joined, but since then he hasn't done much. We are very excited to get the opportunity to draft him, and our fingers are crossed that we'll be able to bring him back from the brink of inactivity. So, come back.
Yeah, that is a fantastic render, Eric Stokes. Love it.
Yep, current Green Bay Packer. Am I right, Katasa?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to your team. Anyways, with the final pick of the DSFL draft, Tijuana Luchadors select Jordan Bolenbach, user Jabo, quarterback. Last that we checked in on him, his account was not yet activated. But if you are watching this, Jabo, we would love to have you come on into Tijuana and kind of show you the ropes of the ISFL. So if you're around, message either me or Exalate on the forums or on Discord, and we will happily get you all set up, my man. And that concludes the draft, I think.
It does, but don't go anywhere because we also have just a few people who were players that were created after the draft started behind the scenes. And so you have been claimed by teams. So I'm just going to go ahead and read out wide receiver Tony Demonson. If you're out there, welcome to the Bondi Beach Buccaneers. They're super excited to have you joining them. And Neppy, if you are out there, you're a DT, you will be joining the Norfolk Seawolves. So really, really excited to have you. And so with that, I want to thank everyone who joined me here on the stream, and also you, our audience, for listening in. Congratulations to all of the prospects who were drafted tonight. We really hope you get into your new locker rooms, meet your teammates, and are really excited to start your players' journeys in the league, whether you're a new user or a recreate. Please enjoy your time in the DSFL. I want to give a special thank you to the events team and all of the graphics teams who put together these slides for you. They will be posted on the forum so you can get your slide with your player. And then thank you again to everyone who joined me here on the stream, with a particular shout out to Noah for joining starting at 2 a.m. his time. So thank you all so much and have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
bye.
Thank you.
And we are no longer alive.